Hi guys, today I'm going to do the Disney book tag. This tag was originally created by Katie Tastic and I was not tagged by anyone, but who doesn't want to do the Disney book tag? Because it's very hot and there's a lot of questions to go through. Let's get right into it. The first one is the Little Mermaid. A character who is out of their element, a fish out of water. And for this one I choose Kath from Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell because she goes to college in this book and she is like really introverted and just a fangirl and spends lots of her time on the internet and she doesn't really know how to cope with all of these new people, so she definitely is a fish out of water. Number 2, Cinderella, a character who goes through a major transformation. For this one I choose Juliet from the Shadow Me trilogy by Tahara Mafi. It's crazy what a transformation Juliet goes through in these books. It's just really amazing to see her develop so much. Number 3, Snow White, a book with an eclectic cast of characters. For this one I choose The Model Instruments by Cassandra Clare. I just really like all of the different characters. I love the villains and the heroes and the kind of heroes that do like to behave very strangely sometimes. I really like all the different characters for what they are. Number 4, Sleeping Beauty, a book that puts you to sleep. For this one I choose One Day by David Nichols. I was just all in all very disappointed with the book and did not think that this big book with really tiny font was worthwhile at all. Number 5, The Lion King, a character who had something traumatic happen to them in childhood, which is basically every YA character that ever existed. But for this one I choose The Book Thief by Markus Zusak. This book takes place in Second World War, so I guess that already says enough about that. Number 6, Beauty and the Beast, a beast of a book that you were intimidated by but found to be beautiful. And I realized that I do not have an answer for this question, because if I feel intimidated by the length of a book, I will just not pick it up until I feel ready for it. All of the books that were big books I was really excited to read and I knew that I would get through them really quickly. The biggest books that I have read were the Outlander books, but when I read the first book I really wanted to read like a big book, and when I read the sequels I already knew how much I loved the series, so there's not really an answer to that for me. Number 7, Aladdin, a character who gets their wish granted for better or worse. I choose Tally from the Uglies trilogy by Scott Westerfeld. I can't really talk about this because it would spoil basically the whole trilogy for many things. But this is a story about a society in which people undergo all kinds of surgeries and stuff to turn from ugly to what they are thinking is pretty. It's just a really interesting dystopian concept and the main character just goes through a lot of things. Number 8, Mulan, a character who pretends to be someone or something they are not. And for this one I basically choose a handful of characters from the Divergent trilogy by Veronica Roth, because this has lots of different characters that pretend to be someone they are not, or just hide their true identity or their true personality traits, and if you have read the book you know what I'm talking about. And there's also all kinds of traitors. Number 9, Toy Story, a book with characters you wish would come to life. For this one I choose The Archived by Victoria Schwab. I love all of the characters in the books. I hope that the villains don't come alive, but for the friendly characters I really would love to be friends with them. And finally, number 10, Disney Descendants, your favorite villain or morally ambiguous character. And what other book could I choose if not Vicious by V. Schwab, because this has two characters that both think they are doing the right thing but both are kind of villains. It's just a really amazing book when it comes to villains and just so good. And this was the Disney book tag. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and I guess I'll see you soon. Bye!